Welcome to the Beauty Blueprint. I'm CeCe, your host, and I'm your makeup bestie. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about how I balance being a mom or wife and also an entrepreneur. First things first, if you guys don't know, I'm happily married. I have two beautiful kids. I have a son who's 6, and I have a daughter that is 3 years old. And today we're going to talk about everything that I try to do to balance being a stay-at-home mom and also working on the weekends. So as we all know, as a bridal makeup artist, usually weddings are Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, which works best for me because, like I said, I am a stay-at-home mom. So Monday through Friday, I'm taking my son to school, picking him up with my daughter. And then on the weekends is when I go to work. That's when mommy goes, works Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And I get to be with my beautiful brides those days. And that just seems to work for my family. So again, when you're choosing a niche, as they must say, you want to make sure that that niche also aligns with your lifestyle. So for me, bridal seem to work the best, and I also love doing bridal. That's something you also have to focus on. You got to also love what you're doing. I love being able to be a part of someone's special day, that it just aligned perfectly. So also being a stay-at-home mom, it requires a lot of me to be able to spend time with my kids, be able to help my son, whether it be his homework, whether take him to karate, whether take my daughters to gymnastics, making sure that, the house is tidied up, that we are getting everything done here in order for me to be great for Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. With that, you want to make sure that you are organized. So the main thing as a makeup artist is your content. So my content that I do, I have to schedule that in because if I'm home alone with my daughter, I can't do that content. So what I like to do is if I don't have a client that Friday, I will take that day to do that content and schedule that in. Scheduling content is so important. That is something that I never used to think about before, but it really is important. You really do have to schedule that in when you have such a hectic schedule and having to balance that out. You also don't want to be burned out because being a mom, it's not easy. It's the most rewarding thing ever, but there are times where you can get tired and you have to sometimes push through that in order to do the things that you want to do. So we lived in another part of New Jersey before we moved back to be closer to family. And I used to work at a hospital. I worked at a hospital for years, and it just wasn't something that made me excited. I felt like I was working because I needed to support my family, and I wanted to be able to do something that I love. So you want to make sure that you have a great communication with your partner as well. This was a conversation that wasn't easy to tell my husband. I was very nervous to say it because there was things that my job helped, and I didn't want to put all the burden on my husband because now I'm saying, but it just seemed to work best for us because I'm not gonna lie, a daycare is like another rent that we're paying, and that's just something that just doesn't align with what works best for us. But I knew that I couldn't be afraid, and I knew that I had an amazing husband that was going to support me. And when I finally told my husband that I really wanted to go for my dreams, and that was to become a makeup artist, I felt like that weight was lifted off. I was able to be me, and I want this for my kids. I don't want my kids to do something because they feel like they need to do it. I want my kids to do whatever they want to do. And I want to show my kids that it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to achieve that goal. You can do it. So that goes out for anyone out there as well. If you feel that you can't do it because you're a mom, I understand that. You can do it. And your kids, they're going to know that you're happy because now my kids are like, Mommy, where are you going? Are you going to do makeup? And that puts a smile on my face because they know the passion and love that I have for this. And like I said, it's not easy, but you're able to do it. You are able to balance being a mom. You're able to balance being a wife. You're able to balance doing your makeup. And that's why bridal worked for me as well, because I'm able to still not miss those special moments with my family, but I'm able to still be a part of someone else's special moments during the weekend. And that is an amazing feeling. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is not easy at all, but it is possible. So if you're someone out there and you're struggling, I can't do it because I'm in school or I'm a mom or I'm too old. You're never too old to follow your dreams. That's how I used to feel. I used to feel like, man, I'm already too old. I can't do this. No, I can do it. And being able to show my kids and have my husband see how happy I am with what I'm doing, it just motivates me to do more. So that is why I always say, and this is going to be on another episode that we discuss this, but you want to make sure that your niche aligns with your lifestyle. So for me, I can't do celebrity. Celebrity just wouldn't work in my schedule because sometimes you don't know when a celebrity's gonna call you. They could call you at 2 in the morning. This Donna's on like her 30th dream already. I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to get my son ready for school, take him to school, come back, do things with my daughter. So that doesn't align with me. It can align with someone else, but for my lifestyle, that just doesn't align with me. So those are some of the other things you also want to pay attention to is, does your niche fit into that lifestyle? Is that going to put too much of a burden or is it going to help you? Is that going to change anything? Like if you have another job, I know other people, I know other makeup artists that are in the corporate world and they are makeup artists on the weekend. Does traveling to be a makeup artist, does that align with them? Maybe not. So you always want to make sure that whatever you want to do, that niche goes with that lifestyle. Like I said, we are going to be talking about more of these things and I'm going to give you a little bit more into depth of my life. And these are things that people didn't know that I was a stay-at-home mom. I am. And I can't wait to talk more about my family, makeup, and my bridal world. So stay tuned for the next episode.